how did we get to this point in the match? Let's take a look at our Geico Championship recap.
Now, match number 1 was Andres Gomez taking on Tommy Jones, and it was all about Andres throwing great shots and kicking the 10 out. He wins 215 to 195. And then match number 2, Andres would take on the newcomer, Kyle Troop. Fear the Fro. Oh, that's 10 in the pit. Kyle Troop takes Andres Gomez to the mat, 203 to 163. And then in the last match, Kyle would then take on Bill O'Neill. Kyle throws a great shot in the 10th frame to lock it up. And remember, Dave, it's not how you feel, it's how you look. And Kyle, you look marvelous.
Fabulous. Wolf oil pattern, 32 feet. Randy, how's it broken down?
Well, you can see the fresh oil right there on your screen. No transition, no traffic. But take a look after 3 games and look at how this oil pattern's getting beat up. This oil pattern's really turned into a very tricky oil pattern where there's a little bit of hang to the inside part of the lane, a little bit of hang to the outside part of the lane. Players have to be very precise. Choose your line, your speed, and your equipment wisely.
Here we go, partner. Championship match. PBA Wolf Open, Summer Swing. On CBS Sports Network, Kent Troop for the title.
Another ball change. I don't know if it's the same ball he started with in his first match against Andres, but definitely a different ball than he used last game.
Crossing over Brooklyn strike. Wow, he'll take it.
If it ain't Brooklyn, it ain't bowling.
Same ball he started with against Andres Gomez in match number 2. He goes back to it.
Now here's Kent, the youngster from Yakima, Washington, only 22 years old, second-year pro, former collegiate star at Robert Morris of Illinois. Been waiting and watching, now he's bowling. Great start on the right lane, all 10 back.
You know, Dave, I can't remember the last time we had a match, let alone a title match, that involved 2 players that only use a 4-step approach. In today's modern game, all you see is a lot of steps. On average, at least 5, most of the time 6, 5.5, but there's the 4-step approach of Marshall Kent and Kyle Troop also using a 4-step approach. He does have a little stutter step in there, but it's still 4 steps. This kid here's got some serious maple moxie, though.
But the big 4 is up. Wow, 4, 6, 7, 10. As we know, it's only been made once on TV, 2005. When I called it, Norcross, Georgia, outside Atlanta. Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Yeah,
10 years ago.
Trying to make the big 4 is kind of like trying to read a Russian newspaper upside down.
Good luck. So the 4-7 taken out, 6-10 up, open frame early for Marshall Kent, our top seed. Walter Ray is participating in the summer swing. We asked him yesterday about making that big 4, and he said, big deal, I lost the tournament. If I had won the tournament, then yes, it'd be a better memory. Here's Troop. Taking advantage.
Nice shot there after the Brooklyn strike on the left lane. Nothing's distracting this young man. He's just putting his fingers in the 2 holes and getting up there and going.
Felt if he could make the felt he could make the show on this oil pattern. He likes this oil pattern. He likes the short oil patterns where he can get right and really use his speed. And he really felt that he could win on this. Well, he's only a couple of frames away from achieving that.
Turkey to start, you bet. 3 in a row to begin the match. And a big lead for Kyle Troop. With Dad Guppy, 8-time PBA Tour titleist, brother and mom right behind Marshall Kent right now.
Well, my key to victory for Marshall Kent was to get off to a quick start, and especially if he was going to bowl Kyle Troop and put pressure on the young man immediately, being his first time bowling for a title. But Marshall with the big 4 in the second frame, not able to do that.
Didn't like it on release, and that's why. 3-6, 9-10, 6-pin count. That's it.
Difficult attempt coming up now. Is take a look at this last shot by Marshall. A little bit left of target, and it goes through the face. You can see that ball just grab the lane immediately. This whole pattern's turned into be very, very difficult, very tricky.
Doesn't come. 6-10 stands. Open frame again. Look at the lead for Troop early here, Randy.
Get a camera on Guppy. Let's see what his face looks like.
Guppy's real name is John, by the way. The Guppy nickname comes from his high school bowling team, was nicknamed the Guppies, growing up in North Carolina.
Promise you what's going through Guppy's mind right now is his son is just a couple more shots away from winning his first ever title.
Arsenal for Kent, using the pitch black here on the left lane. In a massive hole. It is early. Come back, maybe it starts here. All 10 down, needed that.
Well, he needs to do a lot more of this, obviously, but the back-to-back open frames after the start, Kyle Troop has the last player to win their first ever time on television was Anthony Pepe back in 2014 at the World Series of Bowling.
That comes in light and leaves the double wood 2 8s. Trying for the front 4.
So he points his feet to the right, and then he squares them up, gets those feet moving.
Double wood covers and has his mark.
.44-pin advantage for Kyle Troop. Wonder what's going through that young man's mind right now. Hopefully for him, not much.
Strikes again. Strikes for Kyle Troop for the first 5 frames, and he is in great shape en route to his first career championship. 44-pin lead on Marshall Kent. Good match. Top seed Marshall Kent has struck in the 5th and 6th frames. Make a move down 24 pins now. The youngster from Taylorsville, North Carolina, Kyle Troop. Dad Guppy behind him, won 8 PBA Tour titles, 41 regionals in his great career. He's not bowling today, he's watching his son. Let's go up 34 pins, has it!
Beautiful shot here on the right lane by Kyle Troop, increasing his lead from 24 to 34 as the solid 8 is standing, and the ball gets just enough of it. And the reaction from his dad, Guppy, priceless.
Guppy in 1979 set a PBA Tour record at 6 perfect games. Really had a great career. Now it's about Kyle. Pronation's got another one.
Really nice equipment change. Great communication with his tour rep, Brett Spangler. And some great execution right now by that young man right there.
Answers Kent's double with back-to-back strikes of his own. Back up by 44 pins. Didn't like it at all. That's why. Brooklyn break, though. He does strike. Couldn't even watch.
As soon as it let go of his, or as soon as it left his hand, he knew it was going left, and fortunate enough to catch enough of the head pin and carry that Brooklyn strike, but he's in a lot of trouble. Kyle Troop is locked in. Marshall Kent, even though he's working on a 4-bagger, I'm not so sure that he's sold on what he's doing right now.
Man, let a look at it. Leaves the 10. Marshall told us yesterday, thumb injury.
What are you doing?
75%. Actually made the cut in a recent event, bowling two-handed.
Well, I've seen Marshall throw it with 2 hands. It's pretty impressive. But, you know, Marshall's gone through the same thing that Tommy Jones went through, that Andres went through, Bill O'Neill went through. Missing 10 pins.
Nice shot, kid.
Scratching their heads after they come back from shots. Not really understanding what's going on in front of them. Kyle Troop really is the only guy or the only player today that's really had a good blueprint of what's going on out there on the lanes in terms of how they've transitioned. Kyle's only hiccup was the last game against Bill O'Neill when he did miss the single pin spare, but other than that, he's been pretty solid, just bowling steady games. 203 against Andres. 202 against Bill O'Neill.
10 more down, and Guppy loves it.
And this is going to be a lot more than 2-0. That strike there puts him in the 240s. The best Marshall Kent can shoot right now is 211. He just needs to stay behind the foul line. Kyle Troop is going to win his first ever PBA title.
He does that. 3, 6, 9, 10 coming in way high. Foundation frame, but he still smiles. Looking at the big lead he's got. Oh, just Guppy's overcome by emotion back there. That's just got to be so special. Nine stands open. 212, the number there. And that is enough to win. He has clinched his first career PBA title in his first ever PBA televised appearance. How about that for Kyle Troop?
Now you throw it good.
Hashtag Fear the Fro. Hashtag Fro Nation. It's Kyle Troop with Dad Guppy watching. Guppy's 8th and final title came in 1985. in Austin, Texas. Today, his son is the man. History made here today in Oklahoma City. 50-pin victory. Kyle Troop over Marshall Kent, the top seed, 229-179. Guppy Troop, his dad, 8-time PBA Tour titleist. Tough to contain your emotions when your son, first ever PBA TV appearance, wins his first ever title. Randy joined by the happy family.
Well, congratulations, Troop family. Now, Guppy, I got to ask you first. I know how hard it was for you to sit back there and watch all of this unfold. Can you tell me how you're feeling now?
I'm feeling great. You know, I bowled a lot of TV shows. Never been that nervous before, but that's the worst thing I ever went through.
You glad it's over now?
Oh, I am glad it's over.
We're glad you made it through it, Gup. Kyle, man, what a performance. You know, we had some great players on the telecast, and everybody struggled with the transition of this oil pattern, but it seemed like you were the only one that was really comfortable. Can you explain that?
You know, that was part of my game plan going in, you know, just with all the urethane that was going to go down the lane in practice, you know, along with me throwing my urethane ball. You know, I knew the lanes were going to get ugly. You know, I could see it, you know, watching all my opponent's ball reactions. You know, I tried to just stay calm, you know. I didn't think it was going to take too much to win these matches, and, you know, I felt like Schrader's greater today. Describe what this win means to you at this stage in your young career. This is unbelievable feeling. You know, I had a great tournament a couple weeks ago. You know, I thought that was a great feeling, but this one tops that 100%. You know, first national title. You know, I think it's going to take a few days to realize, you know, I actually won this, but it's definitely the biggest achievement of my life so far. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
What a moment for the Troop family. Third time PBA history, father-son duo, champions of the PBA Tour, joining the Webbers, the Johnsons, and now the Troops. More coming up. Gomez, a little short, bidding for his third career PBA Tour title. The day belong to Kyle Troop. Be sure to be with us next week for the PBA Bear Open at 9 Eastern. And for complete post-game coverage of today's event, head to PBA.com's Extra Frame right after the conclusion of our show. For a preview of next week's telecast, check out Extra Frame on Friday. For my broadcast partner, Randy Peterson, it's Dave Ryan saying so long from the Grand Casino Hotel and Resort in Oklahoma City. For scores, highlights, features, and more, go to CBSSports.com. The man of the day, Kyle Troop from Taylorsville, North Carolina. He wins his first career PBA Tour title.